Whew. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the most important stretch in this channel's history. First of all, I just want to say I haven't made a YouTube video at least a gaming YouTube video in 5 months. Why was that? I kind of just really wanted to bunker down and see, perhaps what I was missing with short form content, because I just felt like what I was doing then versus now wasn't as good, and the amount of time that it truly takes me personally to edit a video on top of all the other stuff that I was doing, I just kind of got burnt out isn't the correct word, but also I kind of just really wanted to bunker down with short form content in general and see if something could arise from there. Now, in the 4 months that I wasn't uploading gaming YouTube videos, the channel now has over 500 subscribers and is at right now I believe 522 or 521 subscribers, all of which mostly coming from the time that I spent basically this whole year, if we're being honest with ourselves, because I only uploaded 2 videos this year, uploading shorts and short form content in general. Don't mind this, by the way. This is my sword. This is Excalibur. Literally just before I started recording, I thought I'd probably name him. I've had him for a while, so we're just gonna call him Excalibur for now. So don't mind Excalibur. I got him just for protection. It's a very important number to me, and it was very important and imperative that I get on here, and I even put in the community post that I'm going to properly address the 500 subscriber mark, because it is really just that important. I started this by saying that this is the most important stretch, and welcome to the most important stretch in this channel's history, and I really mean that. The reason why I mean that is because most important, biggest thing of them all is that I am a little bit of a scumbag. When I started this more than 2 years ago now, I'm gonna be completely honest with you and say that I wanted money. And I wanted a lot more money than what I knew what to do with, because for so long I grew up acknowledging what was going on in the internet and YouTube and now TikTok and IG. My first ever dream job when I was in elementary school about, now 10 years ago, was to be a YouTuber. And once I heard that people were getting paid great amount of money, pretty good money, and that more than likely because of how big YouTube was then and how bigger now it's gotten, the money would only continue to grow, I was basically all in terms of wanting to do something like that. Once the word was heard, my ears, that people were getting paid this crazy amount of money to be at home and not have to deal with no bosses, not have to deal with no one telling you what to do, not having to deal with this or that, fucking around with your friends on a video game, that was really all I needed to hear. 10 years have gone by now, and although that is what I wanted to do, perhaps at the time, things I guess sort of changed along the way, and I wasn't really as focused on doing that anymore, and maybe I didn't even really like it or love it as much as I did when I was younger, and that's just life, to be honest with you. You grow and feelings change, and things that started to taste good now taste bad, In 2022, I decided maybe I definitely don't like this or love it 10 years ago when I was in elementary school, but I know how good I could be at it, and I know how much money I could possibly make, so there's no point anymore of holding back on doing the thing that I dreamt of doing when I was daydreaming in 5th grade elementary school anymore. Well, I could get into the whole spiel about me being upset at myself, perhaps, of missing the first initial wave of people that started to do this once they heard that they were making money, because I was basically in that mix. All that new slew of people that jumped on because they heard of it, I was gearing up to be exactly one of those people. And of course, being early to waves like that is always the most important, because if you wait, things get what we call saturated, and you don't want to deal with a bunch of saturation in a saturated market, trying to make something that maybe would have worked 10 years ago, but now trying to make it 10 years later, not so much, because you really have to stand out. And I can get into all that, but the reality of the situation is we're here now, and we have now half of 1,000 subscribers. I'm now more than halfway towards that dream that I had 10 years ago. I say I'm a scumbag because I realize that some people might not take it in stride. The idea of someone doing something like this, going as hard as I am on it, not loving it. And I get that. But one thing I will say is that I feel like I've done a pretty good job over the past course of now more than 2 years. Definitely not going at this like someone who perhaps maybe doesn't like it or doesn't love it as much as he once did, or doesn't even like it at all. Truth be told, I don't even know where I fall on the spectrum of really liking this and not wanting to fucking do it at all anymore sometimes. I'm gonna be honest with you. But for over these past 2 years, I've continued to do it daily and, you know, not get sleep over it and come over self-doubt a lot, questioning whether or not I was making the right decision, questioning whether or not this made sense to do, questioning whether or not I should stop or keep going. You know, sometimes not eating, like I said, sometimes not sleeping, and more that I won't get into. But trust me, there's more. No matter where I may have fell on that spectrum, I still continue to do it. And that's just in a nutshell me. Nowadays, if I'm being honest with you, in a nutshell, that's really just me. I know what the task is at hand. I know how important this is to me, but really how important it would be to anyone. Today's America and economy is not the easiest, and the prospect of making passive income, which is basically making money in your sleep before you turn 25, is too great for me to just act like it doesn't matter or to not go at it with all of my being. And even if the country of America or wherever I lived, it was fucking thriving and it was a utopia, it still wouldn't matter to me, because I know for a fact this is something you really, if you know you're this close to, you really can't give up the chance to get it. You can't make any excuses, especially now, and you can't decide to take your foot off the gas pedal anymore. This is fucking it. This is as it gets for me personally, because I'm going to be honest with you, I don't give a fuck about 1 million subs. I don't even care about 100,000. I just want to make a lot of money. That's what I dreamt about 10 years ago, and that's what I'm dreaming about now. And that's the reason, especially why I'm here addressing this, is because knowing that the YouTube monetization program requirements are 1,000 subs and 4,000 hours of watch time in a year, and knowing that I'm more than halfway to that 1K, and all at that point I need to do is get 4,000 hours of watch time in a year, which I'm pretty sure I could do. That's kind of my 100K. That's my 1 million. That's my 10 million, at least, you know, for now. If you've known how hard I've gone at this, you would know I'm a pretty crazy, extremist, ambitious individual. I don't really make a lot of sense if you're someone from the outside looking in. I really don't. But again, I understand the task at hand more than ever. It's imperative that I explain to you that is why this is the most important stretch on the channel's history, is because the entire reason why I've been here for the past 2 years, we are now more than halfway to getting to. So what does that mean for the people that have subscribed to the channel and for the people that have been here for a minute and watching? Well, we still have another 500 to get, well, less than 500. And then of course on top of that, 4,000 hours of watch time, which is, I'm assuming at least right now, not gonna come extremely easy. Who knows? But I'm not, in my head, I'm not like, oh, get 1,000 and that's it, we in there. That's not where I'm at really right now. At my head, I'm really like, yo, I'll get the 1,000. We've gotten 400 in the past 9 months. So mathematically speaking, we should be at 1,000 in the summertime of next year. I think it's, mathematically speaking, I believe it's early May. So is that what I should be so worried about? Probably not. If you're a smart person, probably not. What you should be worried about is the 4,000 hours of watch time. So boom, I am not going to be taking no fucking 4 or 5, 6 month breaks in between uploading YouTube videos. That's done. I don't plan on doing that ever again. As a matter of fact, I plan on uploading videos way more consistently and way more than I've ever uploaded on the channel. Because one thing I don't want to do, and one thing I know that I will fuck up on personally, this is free game, is if I start uploading shorts exclusively and create what's called a split audience. And so that way everyone who subscribes to the channel is only watching my shorts and not watching our YouTube videos, and therefore we won't be in the money really at all once I am monetized. Of course shorts will still be uploaded, but I'm not gonna just be making that the main thing of the channel anymore. It was great for this year, don't get me wrong. 400 subscribers in 9 months is not bad at all. I'm not Jake Paul or anything like that. Videos way more consistently now. Not even a question. Videos way more consistently now that I plan on making way more entertaining via twists. Because one thing that I also feel like needs to be done is the idea of me just sitting down and playing video games is enough. It's really not, to be honest with you, especially in today's, content market, I guess you could say. It's not. So I need to start uploading stuff that has way more of like a bit of a twist to it that makes things more interesting. Right off the rip, I will tell you that depending on when this is uploaded, tomorrow there will be a Space Marine 2 video uploaded that you already saw on my timeline on the community tab. That video will be me and Hookah, rest subtitles, playing Space Marine 2 on the hardest difficulty Angel of Death. That type of stuff is what you can expect. Me trying to break a literal Guinness World Record in Batman Arkham City might legit be next after that. Us playing Minecraft hardcore as a group for the first time ever. Someone dies, we reset all over. You know, that type of stuff is what you can expect next and more consistently. Also, to get that 4,000 hours of watch time, something also that might help me is live streams. Now, I don't know a goddamn lick about live streams, if I'm being honest with you. The only thing I know is watching them, and even then that I barely do. And so I am going to leave the live streaming part of this stretch probably to January, so that I could just focus on creating everything that I'm creating right now, because I am a one-man band. I don't got no one else helping me. So for right now, I think I'm just gonna leave that till January, and then come January, I'll do what I gotta do to learn about, you know, setting up some stuff, which I'm sure it won't take too long, but I just need to make sure some things, obviously, and then we'll start doing that as well, which will also help with the 4,000 hours of watch time once next year comes to get it and I get the 1,000 subs. One thing that's also worth mentioning that I don't know if anyone saw, but there were 2 videos recently that I uploaded that were basically like 1-minute short video essays. The first one that I uploaded ended up becoming the most viewed video I did on the channel, which was 1,000 views in just a couple days. I'm going to continue uploading those. In the event that any of those pop off the way I'm thinking they really could, especially off the way that first one did alone, the gaming stuff gotta be cut, to be honest with you. Especially because that Minecraft one, nostalgia, the travel nostalgia on the 1 minute did like, you know, 1,000 in a couple days, and got me like 4 subscribers and comments as well. Like it did pretty well, and it seemed like it was something that was pretty great for people as well. So I'm gonna continue uploading those, and in the event that any of them shits really pop off, the gaming shit has to be cut out. I don't know as of right now if anything that I create gaming wise will be able to stack up to something like that, and it'd be stupid obviously not to just go full in on something like that does that well in the first place, you know what I mean? So, and overall I just gotta say, you know, thank you. You know, 500 is not a number that is so big that most of that number, and like even like 90%, 70% of that number is people who really give a fuck enough to sit through a whole video of me talking like this. I understand that, but at the same time, the idea of people subscribing to me and possibly wanting to see more of me and the stuff that I make and etc. has always been something that I've wanted since I was a little boy. It always feels that hole in my heart. I may have said, you know, that perhaps I don't like this or want to do it as maybe I wanted to do it once upon a time, but I've always prided myself on being able to go at really anything with a sheer amount of discipline, to the point where no one really realizes that I don't like it, because I'm going at it like it's the whole entire reason I'm living, you know? And that's the way I've gone at this for the past 2 years, and knowing how close we are to making money to not only, you know, better me, but to then better this, because I do have plans with that money to hire people and delegate work and some other stuff, is very cool, and also just plain and simple very fulfilling. And I can't express how much it means to question whether or not this is what you really should be doing, and then be close to something like that. You know, something that some people would only dream of, you know, especially before 25 years old. So again, thank you very much, and I really do mean it. The most scratch and clawed 500 this entire platform has ever seen, but fuck it, we got it, and that's all that matters. And we still got another 480 something to go, so that means a lot to me, and I don't plan on letting any one of those now more than 500 number down. So here we go. This is it, the road to 1,000 subscribers. And one last thing that I will say is that I don't think I knew what I wanted to do by introducing the channel with the chapter 1 video, beginning of something special. But as time has progressed since I uploaded that, I kind of do now. And so don't think that I uploaded that video, the beginning of something special, chapter 1, bluffing and calling it a chapter in the channel, because you may just never know when you're going to get the next one, and I'm gonna leave it at that. That's all I gotta say. I hope everyone's doing well. Space Marine 2 Angel of Death difficulty being uploaded today, so make sure you subscribe, make sure you even got notifications on so you get notified when it's uploaded. I'm gonna see y'all on that video. I'm gonna see y'all around. Here we go, the most important stretch in the channel's history. Thank you all so much for the opportunity, for even being halfway there. We will get to 1,000, I'm sure of it. All foot on the gas pedal now. So make sure you look out for the next video, and I'll holla.